Howdy. This video will focus on completing the square. Okay. So what is that? Completing the square is a means to convert standard form into vertex form. But how do we do that? By lots of complicated steps and rules and rituals. Alright, moving on. The process. First, we start with f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And we're going to set f of x equal to 0, as in 0. So, now we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And don't be alarmed by the 0 being on the right side, that's just where I like to have it. Okay, so next, move c over to the other side. So we're going to go ahead and subtract c from both sides. So that's going to give us ax squared plus bx equals negative c. Third, divide everything by a. So we're going to divide ax squared by a, bx by a, and negative c by a. So that's going to give us x squared plus b divided by ax equals negative c divided by a. Then, put some space here and here. We do that just to make our next step make more sense. Because when we add something to one side, we have to add something to the other side as well. Okay? Now, in those blanks, in those spaces, we're going to put b divided by 2a squared. Okay, so that's going to go here and here, because we're going to add that to both sides. But wait, there is more. All that work just to get another standard form, because right now we have x squared plus, what do we got? b divided by a x plus b divided by 2a squared equals negative c divided by a plus b divided by 2a squared. This looks a lot like another standard form, but it's not. Well, it is, I'm sorry. It is a standard form, but this one is easily factorable. Factorable. So, just trust me, when we have an equation of x squared minus 2hx plus h squared equals negative k, this portion right here factors to x minus h squared. Okay? So whenever we get this equation right there, it's going to factor to x minus h squared. Equals negative c divided by a plus b divided by 2a squared. And if you were really paying attention, h is just b divided by 2a. b divided by 2a. So x minus b divided by 2a squared equals negative c divided by a plus b divided by 2a squared. Okay, so all that mumbo jumbo, yada yada yada, and it looks just like the vertex form with k moved over. Okay, so our vertex form would have been x minus h squared plus k equals 0. Very similar. So now we have a vertex form. So now we can solve by square rooting, which was video 43. So go ahead and insert video 43. And watch it again. And now we're going to go ahead and do some examples, because we just watched day 43 again. Okay, so now an example to clarify all of that hubbub. So let's go ahead and solve. F of x equals x squared plus 8x minus 9. So the first thing we need to do is set f of x equal to 0. So we're going to have 0 equals x squared plus 8x minus 9. And then we're going to have, let's go ahead and move our 0 to the right side, because that's where I like to have it. So x squared plus 8x minus 9 equals 0. So now we're going to go ahead and move c over, so add 9 to both sides. And that's going to be x squared plus 8 x equals 9. Now, let's go ahead and add some space here and here. So we're going to have x squared plus 8x plus blank equals 9 plus blank. Oh yeah, and also we need to divide by whatever a is. But since a is 1, then we really don't have to divide by anything because 8 divided by 1 is just 8, and 9 divided by 1 is just 9. Okay, so skipping that step, let's go ahead and continue. We have x squared plus 8x plus blank equals 9 plus blank. Now we need to fill in our blanks. So then our blank would be, remember our blank is b divided by 2a squared. B divided by a is just 8. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So put 16 into both of those blanks. So now we're going to have the equation x squared plus 8x plus 16 equals 9 plus 16 is 25. Now we need to factor our left side to get that in a perfect square format. So we're going to go ahead and remember that we're going to need to have x plus h squared equals k. K already equals 25. So what does h equal? If you remember correctly from the previous pages, this right here is going to be h squared. So we're just going to take the square root of 16. So the square root of 16 is going to equal 4. So that equals h. So now we're going to have x plus 4 squared equals 25. And now we can solve. We can solve by taking the square root of both sides to get x plus 4 by itself. So we're going to have x plus 4 equals, the square root of 25 is plus or minus 5. So we're going to have 5 equals x plus 4, and negative 5 equals x plus 4. To get x by itself, subtract 4 to both sides. So one solution will be 1, 0, and the other will be negative 9, 0. Alright, so next example, and last example, we have f of x equals negative 2x squared plus 12x minus 10. Alright, so first step, we need to set our equation equal to 0. So we're going to have negative 2x squared plus 12x minus 10 equals 0. Now we need to divide everything by negative 2 to get rid of our a on our x squared, so divide everything by negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is just is just 1, so we're going to have x squared. Positive 12 divided by negative 2 is a negative 6, so minus 6x. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 is just positive 5. And then 0 divided by negative 2 is just 0. So now we need to get our c to the other side, so subtract 5 from both sides. We're going to have x squared minus 6x equals negative 5. Add some space here and here. So that'll give us x squared minus 6x plus blank equals negative 5 plus blank. We're going to fill our blanks here with 6 divided by 2 squared, or negative 6 divided by 2 squared. Negative 6 divided by 2 is going to be negative 3 squared. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. So add 9 to both sides. So that's going to give us x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals negative 5 plus 9. That's going to be 4. Okay, so now we're going to factor our left side. This 9 is h squared, so the square root of 9 equals 3. So that's going to give us x minus 3 squared. I put a minus here because our middle term is a minus. So if our middle term is a minus, you're going to have x minus whatever the square root is. If it's a positive, you're going to have x plus whatever the square root is. So x minus 3 squared equals 4. Now we can solve for x, and we do that by the square root, by taking the square root of x minus 3 squared. So square root both sides. So that's going to be x minus 3 equals plus or minus 2. So now x minus 3 equals 2, as well as x minus 3 equals negative 2. So now we're going to subtract. Now we're going to get x by itself, we're going to add 3 to both sides. So then x equals 5 and x equals 1. So our solutions are 5, 0, and 1, 0. And that's all, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. I did, making it, you know what I mean? And I'll see y'all in class.